Welcome to the Small Axe Podcast. It's your boy Nico, the multifamily family man. We are going to talk about everything regarding multifamily real estate investing. Stick with me. This podcast episode is going to be epic. Party people united, come on down, get excited. Okay, it's me and I'm back. I am riffing today. I am off the cuff getting crazy. I would love to start this podcast episode by talking about success. What does success actually cost? I don't mean money. Money is usually the cheapest part. I'm talking about time. I'm talking about energy, relationships, stress, sleep, missed vacations, hard conversations. Everybody out there today wants the result. Very few people, though, think about the invoice. All right, guys. So success. Yeah, that's what we're talking about today. And what is the cost of it? But am I successful? Right? You might think that. What do I own 90 units today? Okay, I own a portion of 90 units today. And perhaps I'm getting a little bit more equity in deals as we go on. But those deals are not necessarily providing me with anything more than, let's say, a track record, right? Because I'm not getting paid. And that's the truth. So you have to think of it like this. Every yes is also a no in a lot of ways. So I say yes to too many things, perhaps, right? I say yes to recording this podcast, recording tomorrow's podcast, another podcast a week from now, underwriting a deal, taking a look at somebody's deal, taking an investor call, following up with emails, creating a newsletter, creating social media clips. I say yes to looking at 3 or 4 or 10 more options for lenders. I say yes to talking with an attorney and maybe another attorney on how best to restructure our operating agreement. I say yes to so many things. But what's important to remember is that when you say all these yeses like I do, you're actually also saying no to a lot of things. For me personally, maybe it's a solo surf session, relaxing, chilling on the couch, listening to an audiobook, watching some MMA, which I love to do, maybe just doing nothing, going for a bike ride by myself, right? So I'm saying no to a lot of these things. There just isn't enough time to do everything. I don't get to sit and chill when I'm saying yes to everything. Yes to another night at the restaurant. Sure, I'll take your shift. I say yes to working a couple extra hours for the Surf for All, which helps kids with special needs learn how to surf. I say yes to hopping on a phone call with somebody who bought my deal analyzer and I need to explain a few things to them. I say yes to somebody who's looking to start a podcast and I need to chat with them about it. I say yes to renewing my grade 3 lifeguard certification so that I can help somebody in the event that I need to, if there is some sort of drowning or some sort of emergency on the beach. People don't get it. I say yes to so many things, but I sacrifice and I say no to all the comfort, all the things that keep me cozy under a blankie. I don't do that stuff, guys. It's very rare. Even when I get home super late from the restaurant, I'm still up super early, getting ready to rip and rock and roll. Yes, I take care of myself. I always say yes to taking care of myself, which means I have to cut on a lot of other things that you guys might be enjoying. Drinking, I don't do that stuff. Partying, I don't do that stuff. Social gatherings, I do if it's important to me and my family and my social relationships. I maintain good social relationships, but I have to say no to so many things as well. So when you're saying yes, you're also saying no to some things. Know that. So all of you guys out there know me, right? And this is something that you know that I do a lot of things. You all know for sure that I'm in real estate. Yes, you obviously know that I own and operate 90 units. You all know that. But do you also realize that I'm a school teacher full time? Like, does that click with you? I'm an asset manager. I do acquisitions. I do investor relations. I am the marketing department. I am the social media manager. I'm the accountant. Well, really more so the bookkeeper at times. I'm the fundraiser. I'm the property owner. I'm the podcast host. I'm the course creator. I'm the cohort leader who leads calls. I'm the newsletter writer. I'm the waiter. I'm the surf instructor, but I also squeeze in a little bit of fun when I'm a surf instructor, right? And I love to do that. And sometimes I honestly don't even know what I do for a living. When somebody asks me, I'm like, I can juggle 5 different things and tell you a million different things that I do for a living. But in reality, I like to squeeze in fun with work. So for example, I love food. I love cooking. That's why I work at the restaurant. I love surfing. That's why I work as a surf instructor. I love real estate. That's why I'm deep into this. I love the Spanish language and the Spanish culture. That's why I teach that. So I do things that I love, but maybe I overextend myself a little bit. And that means I have to say no to so many comfort things that many of you might be unwilling to say no to. And me starting off this podcast talking about being successful and how success means saying no to a lot of things. And what is success, right? Who knows? I'm going to say that I am successful in acquiring the 90 units that I set out to do. I obviously want more. But when I began this journey in 2019, I was like, yeah, let me just get to 100 units. And I'm almost there. So, in my opinion, that's success. But success doesn't really remove any problems, okay? And that's one of my favorite thoughts because you don't eliminate problems, you upgrade them. Yep. So years ago, I hoped that somebody would lend me money. Now, today, I'm trying to refinance over $1 million on one little property. That is a different problem to have. I'm competing, I'm having lenders compete against each other. The same feeling, different problem. Years ago, I was dying to get investors and increase my investor list. Now, I feel extremely responsible for every single dollar that they entrusted me with. And that's growth, people. Years ago, brokers would not respond to an email. Now I have them reaching out to me all the time to see if they can take my properties out to market. They're giving me pocket listings, and I'm not ready to buy anything right now. I got to make sure everything is going well with my portfolio for the time being. So that is a yes I'm not saying yes to yet, even though I hate on everybody that is quote unquote pencils down. And I said this a million times, but I'm kind of pencils down at the moment. Obviously, however, if I find the right deal, I'm going for it, gung ho, and I'll make it work. And over the past 6 years, I've just learned so much about what multifamily real estate is. And you know what? It is a very challenging market. And everybody keeps saying that to me. And I'm doing so well for it being a challenging market. But you know what? It's not good enough. But I am learning over the course of this 6 years that real estate is not as easy as I thought. And it is not as guaranteed as we were told or taught based on that last run up that we had from 2013 to 2022, or whatever you want to call it. We had a crazy run up and nothing could fail. Now you got to be very careful because things can fail. And then deep down inside of me, guys, I just have an overwhelming sense of responsibility. Okay. And I carry everything with me mentally, and I got to remain even keeled, calm, patient, and respectful and just on point all the time, guys. And it's not just work, right? It's just keeping track of so many things like lender emails, like insurance renewals that are coming up, how we're going to pay them, when taxes are due, how we're going to pay them, investor distributions, how they're going to be paid, school responsibilities, family schedules, legal issues. Yes, you heard me right. Parenting, extremely important to me is parenting and my blended family. And that is the core of my existence. My podcasts, my social media. I don't clock out, guys. Even if I'm surfing, my brain is still going, still solving problems, making relationships between the sets of the waves and the timing of a market cycle. Okay. So I'm always thinking, always everywhere. I try to be 1,000 places at one time. And yeah, that might be a jack of all trades as a master of none, but oftentimes better than a master of one. Don't forget the rest of that quote, please. A jack of all trades is a master of none, but oftentimes better than a master of one. So just remember that as well, guys. Yeah, I do a lot, and you can do a lot too if that's your MO. And if you feel gung ho and you got the motivation, you got the drive, and you got the skill, go for it. Okay. And it's tough to focus. You know what I mean? Like my attention is very valuable. Okay. And it is very difficult just to sit down and focus on one thing because within 1 hour, I'm going to have emails, texts. I'm going to have Chat GPT open in 4 or 5 different tabs. I'm going to have my WhatsApp groups, plural, open, my family chats open, Instagram, TikTok, LinkedIn, Facebook. I'm going to have my phone open. I'm going to have so many things going on at one time. And maybe even just like recording this podcast is one of the only times that I can truly dedicate to actually focusing on one thing deeply because I have to. I have to shut off everything. And everybody thinks that me being a teacher is, oh, you get summers off. No dice, people. I don't have summers off. I'm trying to refinance apartments. I'm talking to attorneys. I'm writing newsletters. Guys, I'm recording podcasts. I'm managing renovations. I'm coaching my daughter and a bunch of other kids. I'm working at a special needs surf camp. I'm waiting tables. I'm handling investor relations. Honestly, guys, I basically need a vacation for my summer vacation. I come out exhausted. Okay. I crank, and you got to know that. Now, family, though, is where things just change everything for me. Being a dad has seriously changed my life and my drive. I have been extremely motivated and driven since having my little tiny itty bitty baby 10 years ago. And at this point, like literally all that I do is, yes, fun to me, but it's also something that is extremely meaningful for me and my family. I really, really, really am driven to create something wonderful for my family so that perhaps one day we don't have to work and this can act as my retirement and we can all retire happily and feel good because I have built something incredible, valuable, and something that will last us. I want to be able to spend time with my family. I want to be present with them. I want to share with them how they should be living their life and how they can create a better existence for them, themselves, and everybody around them in the community. I'm not pretending that I mastered life, but I'm doing my best. And I don't know if I'm on the right track, but I'm certainly pushing and I'm not giving up. People give up on so many things and I don't give up. You hear me, guys? I'm not really complaining. I chose this and I could have chosen a simpler life. I could own less apartments. I could record less podcasts or do none at all. I could teach less. I could do less. But this is the life that I'm trying to create. And doing everything that I do comes with a cost. I'm just choosing to pay that cost because I think that it is valuable and it is important for me and my family. And I think every life has a price, no matter what you choose to do. The question isn't whether you'll pay the price. The question is, are you paying for the life you actually want or one you drifted into? Because neither path is free. One is going to cost you regret, and the other one costs you effort. And my family, my people, my listeners, I would rather pay with effort. And I'm not saying any of this because I want sympathy. I chose this life. And in fact, if you took it away tomorrow, I would probably just start building it all over again the same way, maybe slightly different. I just think social media tends to show the highlight reel, and every meaningful life comes with responsibilities that people don't see. Thank you so much for joining me today on the Small Acts Podcast. Your attention truly means the world to me. Please leave a rating and write a review. Also, share this episode with somebody that you think could get value from it. Remember, it only takes a small act to build a lasting empire. So get out there and start building your own.